Hey guys, what's up? Aaron here. So this is going to be an update on what's been happening in court the last 2 days or so. We have begun the confirmation hearing. So I'm going to try to summarize the last 2 very full days in court and keep you guys updated via these videos on what the heck is happening in court. So let me give you an overview of what I'm going to talk about in this video. So who is being called into court? This is what happened today, or October 3rd. Then we have what's happening tomorrow, October the 4th, what's going to be talking about there. For tomorrow, a little bit more about that. It's mostly going to be about Cell tokens, so we'll go over that as well. There have been some chitter chatter regarding NovaWulf apparently selling or transferring their claims to another LLC. So some people think this is a good thing or a bad thing or whatever. I will cover that as well. And next I'm going to talk about this substantial contribution, which you may have heard. So we are seeing different ad hoc groups, different pro se creditors who got counsel. We are basically seeing people, including Simon Dixon and others, asking the court to, in my words, repay them money that they used on counsel or hotels or basically anything that they want to be paid back to them. So different pro se creditors as well, like Emmanuel Herman. We have the ad hoc group for Earn asking for quite a large sum. So I want to go into this a little bit later in the video. I'm going to save that for the end because I think it's pretty interesting. There have been a lot of people being like, what is this? What do you mean they're taking more money from the estate? How does this work? What's this all about? So I'm going to cover my thoughts on that at the end of the video. So before I get into any of that, I just wanted to touch on this, which came in yesterday. So we have some people, what looks like turning their backs on other people in the company. So Conor Nolan was 22 when he became the head of the trading desk at Celsius. And what he's saying in his declaration is that it's not his fault. Basically, Mr. Treutler and Harumi were responsible for devising the strategy for and directing Celsius's purchases of Cell token. So I just want to start out with that because we already saw with Roni Cohen-Pavan, we saw him essentially plead guilty to manipulating Cell token, and I covered that in a previous video. All the different things he said that he did that were illegal, and is basically going to be a witness and testify in court, most likely against the other associates or the other executives, like, if I were to guess, Alex, Nuke, and Daniel. So we're seeing from my interpretation, other employees flipping on the other employees saying, nah, it wasn't my fault, it was other people's faults. And yesterday, the first day of these hearings, there was this big slideshow about the different legal questions, the different settlements, basically taking people up to speed, the Cell token settlement, we have the retail borrower settlement, all things that are basically review. What's going on with the plan? We're seeding NewCo with up to $450 million. All the different projections for how much people are going to get back based on NewCo, the wind down, and liquidation. Next, they go into the formal objections to the plan, and they basically try to rebut them all. So the U.S. trustee objection and then the debtor's reply. I'm not going to go through all this, but basically this is what started this yesterday. The SEC's objections, we have Celsius's reply, Pharos Fund, which is some big money in the space, their objection, the debtor's reply, and it kind of goes on like that a little bit for the different objections to the plan. Then it showed how many people or the percentage of people in each class, how they voted, so voting for or against the plan, and ultimately showing that the majority of the classes accepted the plan, except for, you can see 2 right here. We have the debtors, meaning Celsius, their witnesses for the support of the confirmation of this plan. So we have the CEO, we have Robert Campagna of Alvarez and Marsal, and then we have Ryan Keelty of Centerview Partners, including the new CEO of the NewCo, Steve Kokonos. We have the managing director of Alvarez and Marsal, Allison, and also Joel of Stout, Rizius, and Ross. So before I dive into that entire story, I just want to talk about a hardware wallet that I have been using recently. I've actually been using it for the last couple months, but I haven't talked about it publicly yet. I've seen other people on YouTube talk about it, and it is Tangem. So right here, you basically pull it out, and then you have your Tangem hardware wallet. So I'm going to be talking a lot more about this in the future, but I just wanted to leave you guys with a little tidbit. If you are looking for a hardware wallet, the wallet cannot be compromised because the chip in the card right here generates a random private key. It literally takes a couple minutes to set up on your phone. Now, the set I got has 2 keys. I would recommend getting the set that has 3, and basically they are all backups of each other. So you need your actual card in order for you to connect it to your phone, and then it uses NFC technology to basically log into your app and for you to make any transactions. Another benefit is that this card is air-gapped, meaning there are no wires, making it much more secure. Again, it uses the NFC technology. Basically, you tap it on your phone, and that is how you access your wallet. Here, talking about the chip, super high protection. It's waterproof and temperature resistant. It's also resistant to X-rays, electromagnetic pulses. So the best way to use these is to basically leave them in different places around maybe the state or the country or at least your city, because each one independently acts as access to your wallet. So there is a link below, and you definitely want to go through the actual website. You are going to get 10% off if you do use my link. And there is a new Tangem Wallet, which I would suggest getting. This is going to be coming out October the 5th. And basically the 3-card set is just $62.91 as of this video. So super cheap, a lot cheaper than Ledger and Trezor, and especially cheaper than a lot of these really, really complex hardware wallets. So if you are in the market, I would recommend picking one up, or actually picking up a set of 2 or 3, 3 being ideal. I'll cover this way more in future videos, but I just wanted to leave this for you below. A lot of you guys have been asking me about hardware wallets, especially with what happened with Ledger. So I just wanted to share with you one that I have been using and enjoying, and I will again make more information about this in the future. So taking a look back at the computer, on October 3rd, which would be yesterday when you're watching this, we had some key guys, CEO of the NewCo, Steve Kokonos, Chris Ferraro, and others talk there. Tomorrow, the 4th, is really going to be about Cell Token. So they're going to be fighting for this most likely 25-cent Cell Token. In addition to Max Galka of Elementis, they're also going to bring in Campagna. It is this guy, Robert Campagna of Alvarez and Marsal. So this is what they are going to be showing at court. And I believe it's going to be, again, just pushing for this 25-cent Cell Token. And the UCC just released the amended exhibit list for the confirmation hearing. This is 29 pages, so it's a lot of documents, different tweets, different links, different Slack discussions or conversations, WhatsApps between Alex and Roni Cohen-Pavan. So they always keep updating their list of exhibits that they're going to be presenting in court. It's pretty interesting, going through this bankruptcy, because a lot of like what I used to see on Law and Order SVU, where it's like, you can't present this document because you didn't let us know beforehand. I feel like we're living it in real time, unfortunately, where it's like you need to present your evidence so the other side knows the evidence that you're presenting and all that kind of stuff. So I believe that's basically what this is. Obviously, I'm not a lawyer. So next, taking a look at the transfer of claims. So this got people's attention, and I don't really know the full story behind this or what this really means. I mean, at this point, I really don't care. But what we have is NovaWulf. So this was one of, or the original bidder that was most likely going to get the assets and do this whole process, but they became what's called the stalking horse bid. And this took place, like early this year. So this was a long time ago, if you remember NovaWulf. Basically, they had purchased a lot of claims, and they are transferring these claims to Contrarian Funds. Now, Contrarian Funds is a capital management company, and they buy bankruptcy claims. So if I had to guess, NovaWulf bought a lot of these claims, and there were other pages, I didn't get all of them, but they bought claims for maybe 10, 15, 20 cents on the dollar. And now the claims right now are going for 35, possibly 40 cents. So if I had to guess, I think they are just flipping their claims to another LLC for like a massive profit, a 75, maybe 100% profit. I could be reading into this wrong, but that's how I see it. Some people are taking this like, oh my gosh, NovaWulf no longer believes in the NewCo, therefore they want to get rid of their claims and they want to sell it to somebody else. Ultimately, NovaWulf is a company that buys a lot of distressed debt, so bankruptcy claims. And if they can make a quick 75% on their money, or I should say 100%, 2x on their money, maybe it has nothing to do with their confidence in the NewCo. So I don't really read much into this at all, but I just wanted to share with you guys. Oh, and I totally forgot to mention, so if you made it this far, congrats. I got a little present or a surprise for you, for some of you guys. So we know that Sam Bankman-Fried, or a lot of you guys know that his trial started today or yesterday on the 3rd, if you're watching this on the 4th. So if you scroll here, you can see that Alex Mashinsky is going into the courthouse to see Sam Bankman-Fried's trial. So I thought this was interesting. I mean, he does live in New York. It doesn't surprise me. What surprises me is the fact that he would go to another trial where it could be him in the future. It just surprises me that he would make the decision to be public about that. But ultimately, whatever. So let's talk about this substantial contribution. So I went on Bard, which is Google's AI, which is awesome. And I basically asked it, what is a substantial contribution? Basically, the courts have generally required that the claimant show it took, quote, extraordinary actions that led to an actual and demonstrable, or as some courts say, a direct and material benefit to the debtor's estate. The people here that are asking for money from the estate, and asking money from the estate is asking money from you. And that's the thing that a lot of people kind of got up in arms about this. It's like, whoa, wait. So these people that we thought were doing things out of their own pocket now are asking the court to give them their money back and basically refund them for their expenses. So I understand that, and it was a little bit of a surprise even to me. So these different individuals and ad hocs are asking the court to repay some of their expenses, which I'll get to in just a sec. But here Bard says that some examples of activities that may be considered a substantial contribution to a Chapter 11 bankruptcy include uncovering fraud or other wrongdoings by the debtor, developing a successful plan of reorganization that is confirmed by the court, providing financial assistance to the debtor that allows it to stay in business and reorganize, helping the debtor, every time I say debtor, remember that is Celsius, helping the debtor to negotiate with its creditors and reach a settlement, assisting the debtor in defending itself against lawsuits and other claims, and providing other services that are essential to the success of the Chapter 11 case. So everyone asking for money from the estate is claiming to do one or more of these things, basically getting more money into creditors' hands, assisting in some way, helping the debtor negotiate, or actually helping develop the plan of this reorganization. So we have the borrower ad hoc group asking for, if I scroll down, $1 million back. So these are people that I believe paid the lawyers to represent them, and they are asking for their money back, or at least $1 million of that. Next, we have this pro se creditor Ignat, who has been very vocal. He's asking for $1.4 million back, and it isn't his right to make a claim that he has done some of those things that the court would deem worthy of a substantial contribution. So this is his actual expenses. $1.4 million, or almost $1.4 million, for his legal defense, or for attorneys. Now that's a lot of money. So if he can prove that he really helped this process along, then he may get some or all of that back. Next, we have the ad hoc group for the withhold accounts asking for $195,000 that they paid Troutman and Pepper. Troutman and Pepper is the law firm representing the clawback community, so that may ring a bell if you are in those Telegram groups. Next, we have Simon Dixon with a very long description of everything he has done for this case, along with 400 or so pages of people sharing their direct experiences about how Simon and his team has really helped this bankruptcy case. And somebody else mentioned me basically pointing to Simon's videos and me helping kind of summarize what's going on. I wouldn't say I've done anything substantial other than kind of make summary videos and help everybody understand what's going on. But it's kind of cool seeing me in this document. This person says, I started following Simon summer of 2023 on recommendation of Aaron Bennett. Well, that's cool. And I helped people understand the legal case. So I keep searching for my name, and a lot of you guys are mentioning me. I'm not going to read all of them because I bet one of you guys is going to be like, Aaron's a jerk or something. So, but this is for Simon. So Simon is asking for, if you can see here, $500,000 or $571,000, which I believe is going to be going to his legal team. It's not going to be going to his own personal bank account. And I believe that Simon did help a lot. And in the course of everything, $500,000 is not that much. He says the total is a 50% voluntary reduction on all actual fees incurred to retain professionals. No out-of-pocket fees charged for services rendered by Mr. Dixon. Note, no funds from this application will be used to directly pay Simon Dixon directly. So again, he's just asking for some repayment for his legal fees. Next, we have the ad hoc group for pending withdrawal, which I actually did not even know was an ad hoc group. Sorry, guys. I guess these were people that really got stuck in the middle of them freezing the Celsius platform, and then they had a withdrawal pending, I believe. This is the ad hoc group for that, which is just a horrible position to be in. They are asking for just under $29,000 for their legal fees. Emmanuel Herman, who has been very active, is asking for $1,100 for some of his fees. Next, we have the ad hoc group for the Earn account, asking for $326,000. And this is broken down by the attorneys and the paralegals that they used. So that is it for this video. I believe we are going to be in court for most of the days of this month. October is going to be a very, very busy month, so I'll do my best to keep you guys posted. I probably will be traveling a lot, so I may not be able to make a video the day of, so I may have to do like a double day like I did today, but I'll do my best to keep you guys in the loop. Again, link below if you want to grab one of these, or this is a 2-pack, so these are the Tangem cards. I'll make more videos about this in the future, but just wanted to let you know that I do have a link if you want to pick them up. All right, guys, till next time, talk with you soon, and bye for now.